At the WBC convention, they just announced that David Benavidez is going to fight Caleb Plant, and then they want the winner to fight Canelo.
Correct.
What are your thoughts on David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant?
Well, I think I don't think it's they have to say the winner because they're fighting and anything could happen in boxing, but it's not like the winner's gonna fight Canelo.
It's not a guarantee, exactly.
No. Where I'm going is if the WBC is saying the winners because they're gonna fight and they don't want to disrespect Caleb Plant. But if Caleb Plant beats Benavidez, why would Canelo even have to fight him? He already knocked him out. You know what I mean? So I think it's if Benavidez wins, which I think he will. If Benavidez wins, then he's mandatory to fight Canelo because that's the fight that should happen. But if Caleb Plant is to beat Benavidez, what makes it a mandatory for Canelo where when Canelo already knocked him out and it wasn't even difficult.
Do you feel like the pressure is building on Canelo because a lot of people are saying, oh, Canelo's scared, he don't want to fight Benavidez because of his size and his height and what he presents in the ring? Do you feel like if Benavidez stops Plant impressively in 5 or 6 rounds, that'll put a lot of pressure on Canelo to fight Benavidez?
I think that it will put pressure and the fight should happen, but Canelo doesn't have to. He's at a point already where he's already made so much and accomplished so much that he can retire basically. Yeah, he could just say I'm retiring and vacate the titles and that's it, and live the rest of his life the way he he's made so much money and he's accomplished so much. But we do want to see that fight. We do want to see the fight, and it will be a great fight.
You were involved in one of the biggest Mexican-American battles of all time, Oscar De La Hoya versus Fernando Vargas. Do you feel like Canelo and Benavidez is building towards that, where it's going to be such a huge fight where people are going to demand and want it, and they're going to want Benavidez and Canelo, and they don't care about anything else?
I think it would be huge. But and it's just different, with Fernando and De La Hoya was more about. I think it was more like both. There were two different type of people. Fernando was more like the street boy. De La Hoya was more like the nice guy,
the pretty boy in the cholo, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. With this guys, Canelo, I don't think that. I don't know. I just don't see the rivalry as big as De La Hoya versus Vargas. It is a big fight, a huge fight for boxing, but I just don't see the rivalry that big.
Now, a lot of people, they like to criticize Benavidez. Oh, he hasn't fought anybody. Canelo beats him easy. What is your response to that? Because you've seen Benavidez in the gym, you've seen him spar, you've seen him up close.
Canelo will be in a tough fight if he fights Benavidez. He's in a tough fight. I'm telling you, Benavidez, I've seen him in my gym. He spars 20 rounds. We have to line up the guys, 5 or 6 guys, because he's that tough. He's the real deal, and he's gonna go out there to do whatever it takes to win the fight. He'll die in the ring. I know that for a fact. He's that solid. He's a warrior.
Do you think people underestimate the size difference? Canelo being 5'7", 5'8", and then Benavidez being 6'2.5"?
I think he's too big. It's hard to pick a winner, but I think it's a very, very dangerous fight for both. But I think Canelo could be very risking a loss against Benavidez.
So if they fight in the next year, who you predict winning?
Man, I think right now at this point I'll keep my predict. 2 years ago I would say Canelo. Right now it's tough, man. It's gonna be tough, especially after Canelo's last performance, maybe last couple of performances where he doesn't like against Triple G he did enough to win,
but he didn't look spectacular.
Exactly, and then he lost to Bivol, so it was I was a little disappointed there. So it depends, what kind of Canelo comes, because Canelo's already accomplished so much. He's too comfortable already, so that might be a problem for him.
With these monsters that we see at 168, Benavidez, and I don't know if you've seen the Cuban David Morrell.
That guy's the real deal.
What are your thoughts on them possibly fighting in the future, and what are your thoughts on David Morrell?
Right now, I think it's too risky for any fighter, any tough fighter to fight Morrell, because Morrell is very dangerous and they have nothing to win. Morrell's barely making a name for himself. He's Cuban. They don't bring a lot of attention to boxing here in the United States, so it's a very risky fight for anybody at 168.
Do you feel like with Morrell it's a lose-lose situation because
they got nothing to win?
A guy with Benavidez, if you beat him, they could say, okay, well he didn't have 10 fights.
They got nothing to win.
That's basically it, right?
Exactly.
Now, again, getting back to Canelo, do you see Canelo maybe declining, and he's been, professional for 16, 17 years, And do you feel like he's at the end and David's right in the middle of his
I don't
prime?
think he's declining. I just think he might already be too comfortable, accomplished so much, made so much money.
The money?
Where it does change people, it has to. It's just reality, It's a possibility, Hopefully not. I've heard that he trains very hard, but it's a possibility.
Canelo has said several times, right? I don't want to fight Mexicans, but he fought Chavez Jr. He fought Josecito Lopez, a guy that you work with. He's fought many Mexicans before. Do you feel like he's only bringing this up because of David Benavidez' threat, or do you feel like what's the reason behind that he's saying that?
I think he's saying it because he could call the shots and he could fight whoever he wants. He's the boss, and when it comes to boxing, and he could call the shots. All right.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
So anything you want to leave off with today,
Hey,
Robert?
tomorrow, we got to come and support all my RGBA fighters here in San Antonio. We have 7 or 8 fights, so it's going to be really good. Tech Puerto Arena, let's go and support.
All right, man. Thanks so much.